Picture life as a vast canvas, displaying everything you hold in your heart. It's not a groundbreaking theory, but it's a truth so potent that once you truly grasp it, it can flip your world upside down, or better yet, align it with your deepest desires. I stumbled upon this a few years back when I was drowning in dissatisfaction. A job that drained me, bills that seemed to sprout overnight, and a nagging sense that I was the flaw in the equation. I chased external fixes, switched jobs, sought shortcuts, chased wild plans, but nothing shifted for real. Then one ordinary morning, a realization hit me like lightning. The mess wasn't out there. It was inside me. That's when I came across what I call the canvas of existence. It's not about fancy methods or tricks that demand physical hustle. It's about who you choose to be, deep in your core. Want an extraordinary life? More money? Meaningful connections? Or just peace? You can't just chase it like it's a prize. First, you've got to become that person inwardly. I dreamed of success, but a quiet voice kept whispering, "Prosperity's not for you." And what happened? Life handed me more proof. Doors slammed shut. Surprises drained my bank account. It was as if fate replied, "You're right. This is your script. Stop pointing fingers at the world and start looking at the canvas you're painting." The big reveal is straightforward, but tough to swallow. Without inner change, the outer stays stuck. Existence is neutral. It simply echoes what you project. It was by wrestling with this that my story began to shift. Not overnight, but gradually, like a flame growing quietly. I want to take you along on this discovery, to show how life can mirror the person you decide to become. Ready? Let's dive in together. It all clicked when I realized life isn't some chaotic stage where things just happen. It's more like a painting, a vivid portrait of what I believe about myself and the universe. There was a time I couldn't stop grumbling about my job. My boss was harsh, my efforts went unnoticed, and I felt trapped. But digging deeper, I saw an old weight I'd been carrying. I'm not up to par. And the canvas of existence? It handed me more scenes to prove it. My boss was just a mirror of a tale I kept telling myself. It was a wake-up call, but also a way out. If life reflects my convictions, then I can alter what it shows. It's not about fixing what's outside, arguing with the boss or hopping jobs again. It's about tuning what I project. I thought about what I truly wanted, to be secure, fulfilled, free. But how could I get there if I saw myself as a failure? So I decided to craft a new me. I closed my eyes and leaped forward in time. Where would I be in 10 years? I saw myself waking up eager, living something that fueled me, surrounded by people who lifted me up. I asked, who am I in that reality? How do I act? What do I believe? The answer came sharp and clear. I was someone who trusted their own worth, who saw the world as a field of possibilities. I jotted it down in simple words. I deserve the best. Life backs me up. At first, it felt absurd. My mind screamed, "You? The best? Look at your situation." But I kept at it, repeating those lines daily, trying to feel them. Then something odd happened. The canvas started shifting. Little signs, a kind word at work, a chance that popped up, began to sprout. It wasn't a miracle. It was the picture adjusting, because I adjusted the image. I learned firsthand, existence doesn't make things up. It just projects what you hold as true. Changing the inner picture was the start, but I soon found out the canvas of existence doesn't match my hurry. I wanted instant results. Who doesn't? I'd imagined that purposeful life and wonder. Why am I still here, wrestling the same old stuff? It was maddening, until I grasped a key detail. In our minds, ideas bloom in a snap, but in the real world, they take time to take shape. It's like building a house. The blueprint comes fast, but the bricks need patience. The physical world has its own tempo. That taught me the next lesson: persistence and trust. I'd sketched a new self, I'm someone who carves paths, but I had to cling to that vision, even when the canvas still showed shadows of yesterday. Sometimes I wavered. I'd see an overdue bill and think, this is nonsense. Frustration swelled, faith withered, and what came next? More hurdles, more locked doors. But then I spotted the pattern. When I gave up, the painting darkened. When I held on, glimmers appeared. One moment stuck with me. I'd been chanting my lines for days, but nothing big showed up. I was about to quit when my phone rang. An old proposal I'd written off came back with a small but real offer. It wasn't enough to retire, but it was a spark. And then it hit me. The canvas reflects with a delay, but it reflects. The trick is to live as the self I wanted to be, hopeful, thankful, before the rewards roll in. It's like packing for a trip before booking the ticket. If you drop the bag halfway, you never reach the destination. So I learned to wait, to believe, to act as if the shift was already unfolding. Because deep down, it is. It just asks for time. As days went by, another piece fell into place. The canvas of existence doesn't care about my feelings, but about where I aim my gaze. I used to waste energy griping about traffic, expenses, the daily grind. And what did I get? More delays, more bills, more exhaustion. One day, I stopped and thought, if life gives back what I put in front of it, why do I keep showcasing what I despise? It was like sculpting an ugly statue and being shocked at the outcome. I switched my approach. I started cherishing what I already had. Friends who stood by me, quiet wins, the chance to dream big. I asked, what do I long for at my core? I wanted ease, excitement, a purpose that got me out of bed. I shut my eyes and pictured it, not with every detail, but with the warmth of being there. And instead of dwelling on what went wrong, I began spotlighting what worked. A step forward at work. This is my road. A calm day. This is how I want more. The canvas answered slowly, but it answered. Ideas started flowing. New faces crossed my path. It wasn't flawless. Challenges lingered, but I stopped feeding them. The key is simple. Give energy to what you want to grow. Griping is like digging a pit. Valuing and dreaming is building a bridge. And the wildest part? The more I did this, the closer my real life got to my dreamed-up one. I was stretching the edges of what I thought possible, not because the world turned new, but because I changed what I laid out on the canvas. Looking back, I see this dance with the canvas of existence as more than a life tweak. It was a rebirth. That guy lost in a lifeless job, convinced the world was out to get him, is gone. Not because everything became a fairy tale, but because I stopped treating the reflection as a foe and started shaping it as a friend. Life isn't set in stone. It's fluid, a ripple of what you carry within, and the power to reshape it lies in choosing who you are and what you trust in. Today, when I glance around, I catch glimpses of that new self I painted. More boldness, more openings, more stillness. It's not about erasing struggles, I still have off days, but about picking the direction. You can do this too. Start small. Decide who you want to be. Believe it fiercely. Focus on what pulls you forward. The canvas will test you. It'll take its time, but it'll bend. Because in the end, it only gives back what you offer. How about starting now? Grab a notebook. Write down who you are at your fullest, and live like it's true. The rest comes with time. If this story struck a chord with you, if something here sparked a light, I'd love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's walk this transformation together. Share it with someone who needs this nudge, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or how you'll start painting your own canvas. Thanks for sticking with me this far. See you soon.